Welcome to Youth Mentors, where dreams meet direction for every hustling soul. Let's go! They say there are two paths in how we perceive the world. Some fix their gaze upon the shimmering prize, the object of their desire. Others become ensnared by the looming obstacles, the perceived walls that barricade them from their aspirations. Picture this: two lumberjacks entering the forest as dawn breaks. Their axes rise and fall in rhythmic unison. Day after day, they cease their labor as the twilight descends. Yet, a curious anomaly persists. One of the woodsmen vanishes for a solitary hour each midday, and each evening, his pile of hewn timber dwarfs that of his ever-present companion. Finally, the tireless laborer can bear it no more. He confronts his enigmatic counterpart. "I do not comprehend," he exclaims, his voice thick with exhaustion. "We begin together. We end together. Yet you vanish for an hour, and your yield surpasses mine. Where do you go during that lost time?" The other lumberjack looks up, a faint smile playing on his lips. "Oh," he replies, as if it were the most obvious thing in the world. "I go home to sharpen my axe." An infinite mindset, they say. It is not the frantic tally of each passing day, but the enduring accumulation over a career, a lifetime. To sharpen the axe requires stepping away, disconnecting from the immediate fray. True vacations, where the digital chains are severed and the relentless pulse of the office fades into silence. And so, 5 guiding principles emerge, 5 sparks to ignite your own inner fire and bring it blazing into the world. First, pursue relentlessly the things you truly desire. Let me paint you a scene. A friend and I, invigorated by a morning run through Central Park. The Road Runners Club, a weekend ritual of friendly competition. The finish line, a beacon, and beyond it, a simple reward. Free bagels, courtesy of a generous sponsor. Picnic tables laden with boxes of golden brown bagels. A lengthy queue of runners, patient yet eager. "A bagel," I suggest to my companion, my stomach rumbling in anticipation. He casts a weary glance at the line. "Ah, the line's too long." "Free bagel," I emphasize, as if the sheer concept should override any inconvenience. He remains unmoved. "I don't want to wait in line." "But free bagel," I reiterate, my voice tinged with playful exasperation. "Nay," he insists. "Let us move on. The line is simply too extensive." And in that moment, a profound truth crystallized. 2 distinct lenses through which to view existence. I saw only the delectable reward. He was solely fixated on the minor impediment. Bagels, my singular focus. The line, his insurmountable barrier. And so, I acted. I approached the line, a gentle infiltration between 2 weary runners. My hand reached into the welcoming box, emerging with not 1, but 2 of the coveted prizes. Not a single protest, for the unspoken law is this: pursue your desires with fervor, but never, ever impede another's pursuit of their own. The lesson? You are not bound by the prescribed path. You need not wait in line if a more direct route presents itself. Break the conventional rules. Carve your own way. Just ensure your ambition casts no shadow upon the aspirations of others. Rule number 2, earnest and heartfelt. Second, cherish and support those around you. Consider the United States Navy SEALs, paragons of elite warriorhood. When one was asked the defining characteristic of those who endure the crucible of their selection process, his answer was illuminating. "I cannot define the individual who will become a SEAL," he stated, "nor can I pinpoint the exact constitution of one who will survive BUDS, a building sense of clarity. However," he continued, his voice firm, I can unequivocally describe those who will fail. The hulking figures, muscles straining against tattooed skin, desperate to broadcast their toughness. They falter. The arrogant leaders, quick to delegate but slow to act, they crumble. The celebrated college athletes, untested in the true depths of their being, they break. Some who succeed are lean, almost frail. Others tremble visibly with fear, yet they all share a singular, defining trait. To be an elite warrior is not about individual prowess, be it strength, intellect, or speed. It is about the profound ability to elevate those to your left and to your right. For the world is a perilous and arduous journey, one that no individual can truly navigate alone. If you discover your spark, I implore you, who will you ask for assistance? And when will you embrace the outstretched hand offered in kindness?
Cultivate this skill, this practice of mutual support. It will be the most invaluable lesson you ever internalize. Learn to accept help when it is offered, and to bravely request it when your own strength falters. For in the act of seeking aid, you will discover a hidden network of individuals, long desiring to assist you, held back only by your facade of self-sufficiency. The moment you utter those vulnerable words, "I am lost, I am afraid, I cannot do this alone," is the moment a wave of support will surge towards you. But this outpouring is predicated upon your willingness to extend that same care and support to others. Rule number 3, respectful and insightful. Third, strive to be the last to speak. Nelson Mandela, a figure universally revered in the realm of leadership. Unlike others whose legacies are debated across nations, Mandela stands as a global icon of profound influence. The son of a tribal chief, he was once asked the genesis of his remarkable leadership. His response was simple, yet deeply resonant. He recounted attending tribal meetings with his father, 2 indelible memories etched in his mind. First, the elders always convened in a circle. Second, his father invariably spoke last. A direct challenge to conventional wisdom. We are constantly urged to become better listeners. I propose a more potent skill, the art of being the last to voice your opinion. I witness this in boardrooms daily. Even those who consider themselves adept leaders often err. They enter a room, declare the problem, offer their immediate solution, and then, almost as an afterthought, solicit the opinions of others. It is too late. Emphasizing the power of restraint. The true mastery lies in holding your own counsel until every other voice has been heard. This accomplishes 2 vital objectives. It imbues each participant with the feeling of genuine acknowledgement, the sense that their contribution holds value. And it grants you, the leader, the invaluable benefit of absorbing the collective wisdom before solidifying your own stance. A practical instruction. The practice is this: maintain an outward neutrality. If you agree, resist the urge to nod emphatically. If you disagree, quell the subtle shake of your head. Simply listen, absorb, and the only permissible action, to ask clarifying questions, to delve into the why behind each perspective, to truly understand the speaker's vantage point, not just their words. Your turn will come. A concluding thought on the difficulty and reward of this practice. It sounds deceptively simple. It is not. Practice the discipline of being the last to speak. This was the quiet power of Nelson Mandela. Rule number 4, sober and cautionary. Fourth, acknowledge when you might be the problem. The 18th century witnessed a terrifying scourge sweep across Europe, eventually reaching the shores of America, puerperal fever, the Black Death of childbed. Women would deliver their children, only to succumb within a mere 48 hours. This relentless killer ravaged the continent, its grip tightening with each passing decade. In some hospitals, the mortality rate soared to an unimaginable 70%. A contrast between scientific advancement and tragic reality. This was the era of the Renaissance, of empirical observation and burgeoning science. Tradition and mysticism were cast aside. These were men of intellect, doctors, scientists, determined to unravel the mystery of this maternal plague. Describing the flawed methodology. They meticulously studied the bodies of the deceased, conducting autopsies in the morning. Then, with unwashed hands, they would proceed to deliver new life in the afternoon, continuing their rounds. The pivotal moment of realization. It wasn't until the mid-1800s that Dr. Oliver Wendell Holmes dared to voice a heretical truth. He observed the pattern, the fatal link between the autopsy room and the delivery ward. "Gentlemen," he declared, his voice perhaps trembling with the weight of his discovery, "you are the source of this devastation." They scoffed. They dismissed him as a madman. For 30 long years, his insight was ignored. Until finally, a glimmer of understanding sparked. What if they simply washed their hands? The resolution, tinged with both relief and sorrow. And so they did. Instruments were sterilized, hands were cleansed. And the Black Death of childbed vanished. A direct and challenging assertion. The stark lesson: sometimes, despite our intellect, our good intentions, we are the problem. The crucial point is this: embrace accountability. Claim the rightful credit for your successes, yes, but equally, shoulder the responsibility for your failures. It must be a balanced equation. You cannot have one without the other. True credit is earned through the acceptance of both triumph and error. Rule number 5, warm and insightful. Fifth, and perhaps most resonant, the ceramic cup was never meant for you. A true story. Some months ago, I had the pleasure of staying at the Four Seasons in Las Vegas. A truly exceptional hotel. And its excellence lies not in opulent furnishings, any establishment can acquire those. Its soul resides in the remarkable individuals who work there, describing a positive experience. A simple hello from a passing employee at the Four Seasons carries a genuine warmth, a sense of authentic connection, not a rote recitation of a customer service script. In their lobby, a coffee stand. I approached it one afternoon, greeted by a barista named Noah, highlighting the exceptional employee. Noah was a marvel, engaging, friendly, radiating a genuine enjoyment in his work. Thanks for vibing with Youth Mentors. Hit subscribe button and share, change your world, I wanna know else what you gain below in comment section.